Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year! I just got back from a 3-week trip to the US. We did a road trip from LA up to Seattle, across to Leavenworth, which is a cute little Christmas town, back to Seattle, then flew across to New York for Christmas, and it snowed and it was beautiful and magical and I had the best time. And then flew back to LA to fly home. I've been in bed sick for the last week with the flu, but I'm feeling much better today and I wanted to get out into the garden and show you what was happening. It's turned into a bit of a junk haul, so let's go and take a look. Let's have a look at this back bed up here. It is an absolute jungle. Let me just get rid of that. So before I left, the tomatoes weren't doing too well, but they've just exploded since I was away. And they've all fallen over and I need to tie them up because they are just looking very messy and very bushy, so I might have to prune them as well. So that's exciting that they've come back, and I can see there's some flowers there, which is nice, and I can see some green fruit in here. I don't know if you can see that in there or not. So I might get some decent tomatoes. After all, the blue aster flowers have all come out. They look so pretty. I'm so excited to see those. They look gorgeous. And there are lots of eggplants in here, so some of them did get picked. I got Kevin's auntie to water the pots for me while I was away, and I told her to pick the eggplants, so she's been eating lots of eggplants, but there is definitely a lot in here that need to be picked. So there's a big one down there, so we'll pick those today. Now the one thing I was excited to see was my rock melons, and unfortunately the vine is looking terrible. I think I forgot to tell Kevin's aunt to water this garden bed because it doesn't have a self-watering system in it, and it's pretty much died. And the big rock melon that you saw in my last videos rotted because it wasn't picked. It fell off and just rotted, so very disappointed about that. But there still are some more here. There's one on the ground there, but I think that's rotted as well. I think the insects have gotten into it. There's a bad spot on it, but this one detached itself today, so we're gonna pick that, and another one detached itself yesterday, so I'm gonna pick that. This one is still hanging on, and this one's quite big. The ones that have detached themselves already are quite small, but I'm going to cut them open today and we'll have a look and see if they're right. But I think I might have to rip this whole plant down. Unfortunately, it didn't survive the heat while I was away, but it was definitely a really good plant and I'm really happy with what it produced. And if I'd been here to maintain it, I think it would have produced some really big, decent rock melons. There's another one there, so I'll give it a good check over, see if there's any hiding in here somewhere, but this might be coming out this week, I think, and we'll get this bed ready for planting snow peas when it cools down a bit. I planted some corn before I left, so they're doing quite well over there, which is nice. And I threw these beans into this pot before I left as well, so they're starting to get big and produce beans. I have some tomatoes in pots over here. I'm surprised the possums haven't eaten these yet, but they're looking pretty good. I might have to bag them soon. Hopefully they'll get a little bit bigger. It'll be nice to have some fresh tomatoes for salads. Some more corn over here. It's looking alright. Not sure what that is. I think it might be a blue pea. I have no idea. Basil is doing really well. The grasshoppers have demolished the beans over here. You can see all the 2 marks, but there are some beans in here, so I pick those before they get too big and tough. It's just that time of year where the grasshoppers pretty much demolish everything. Celery, it's not doing too well. I don't think it survived the heat very well. This lemongrass is going crazy. So it's the first time I've grown lemongrass, so I'm not really sure when you harvest it. So if anyone knows, please let me know in the comments below, because I like to put lemongrass root in my chicken Thai curry, and I might use the leaves, dry them for tea. I planted this capsicum before I left too in a pot so I can overwinter it, so that's doing well, and the turmeric is doing really well. That's getting massive. And some carrots in there which have just grown like a weed, which is weird because it's so hot. And then the ginger back there is going nuts as well. And I've got some leeks over there I need to harvest. But everything in this section is doing really well, so that's good. Another tomato plant there, which the possums keep stealing the tomatoes off, but I'll start bagging those soon. This lettuce is still doing really well. It still hasn't bolted, and I'm still harvesting off it. So really impressed with this summer cos lettuce variety. It's done so well. Maybe that one's bolting. Oh no, it's just a baby one, that's alright. Kale's still going over there, which is cool. There's a cabbage over there, so hopefully that lettuce will get us through the rest of summer. The beetroot's doing really well in this bed. It always does really well in summer here, which is nice. There's a beetroot bulb in there, can you see that? That's looking nice. I love a bit of fresh beetroot in my salad, so I've got quite a few there, and some spring onions behind there. And I've actually got some potatoes that have popped up because I planted potatoes in this bed early last year, and I must have left some in there, so we've got some potatoes. I'm not sure what they're going to be like. The plants are pretty small, but I'll just let them grow, that's fine. Cabbage is doing okay. I think it's struggling a bit in this heat, but not looking too bad considering my cucumber died. It could not stand the heat, so they did not do well at all. I might try and start some more, but they usually struggle with the heat. Let's have a look at this watermelon. Huge. There's a mark on it there, so hoping it's okay. I lost audio here, but after cutting the rock melon open, it looks very juicy and ripe. After doing a little taste test, it was definitely ripe, so waiting for the fruit to detach itself from the vine is definitely worth it. The flavour was good but not overly sweet. These two rock melons were quite small, so maybe the larger ones get sweeter, I don't know. But I'm just happy that I grew my first ever rock melon successfully. And I'll definitely be growing this again next year, and maybe even try some candy melon for something a bit sweeter. So that took a lot longer than expected, but they're all tied up now and I can see there's lots of fruit. So these are the San Mazzanos. There's tons back there. Lots of little ones here. So there's heaps more than there was before I left. Some little babies there. And this is the classic Roma here, which is a lot bigger, these ones, than the ones I was getting before I went overseas. So I'm really happy with that. And I just can't believe how crazy these plants have gone while I've been away. There's flowers everywhere, there's little fruit everywhere. The bees have been pollinating while I've been tying it up. It's just incredible. So I think I'm still going to get quite a lot of fruit off these, which is nice. They're just massive. Like, look how tall that one is there. It's like poking out of the roof now that I've tied it up. So I'm looking much tidier, and I gave them a prune as well to get some airflow in there. But they've done so well while I've been away. So much growth in 3 weeks, it's just insane. This one's ready. How do you know when they're ripe? definitely ready. Oh, there's a hole in it. I'll cut it open later and see. It's 2 today. So we got 2 large eggplants, 2 rock melons, only one pictured here because I ate the other one, some beans and some flowers to take inside, so not too bad of a harvest today. So thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you've had a great start to 2025. Hope you enjoyed this tour of my garden for January 2025. I'm really looking forward to autumn, which is only 2 months away now, and starting some brassicas, broccoli, cauliflower, those kinds of things. Autumn's my favourite season to grow here in subtropical Australia, as it's the easiest because all the pests are gone. So make sure you follow along for everything that I'm planting this year. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. Let me know what you got up to over the Christmas break. I'd love to know, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.